So another GawdsCast in the building. What's
Let's
good,
go.
y'all? What's up, TikTok? What's up, Twitch? What's up, YouTube, especially? And we're gonna be covering a lot of things today on the GawdsCast, man. Man, some crazy news. I guess we're just gonna get right into it, man. Normally, Dan, you and I kind of go back and forth, but let's just get right into it, man. Obviously,
Right.
Dalvin Cook. Just breaking today, Dalvin Cook is in some trouble right now. We don't know all the details, but obviously it's been reported that there's some kind of domestic violence type thing going on with him and his girlfriend, and it doesn't look good for Dalvin. We've seen some photos come out, we've seen some text messages come out, but all the details are not there yet, so we don't want to make any assumptions yet until we get all the scope of detail. But obviously it's being reported. It's waiver time. Like, there's going to be a ton of questions about Dalvin Cook, man. What are your thoughts initially on just the news, man? It's really shocking.
Yeah, it's very shocking to me. Back when Dalvin Cook came out, we were playing Dynasty. I didn't really see any character issues articles that came out, and it seemed like he was a good teammate, good
Right.
player. I was watching him throughout the training camps, and even throughout the years, I didn't see anything. So this is a complete shock to me. We hope that this we're not advocates of violence or anything like that. So hopefully this is something that is at the lowest level you would hope. Again, the league is
Right.
better with superstar talent, and but sometimes the people that are the most superstar talent don't always have the
Yeah.
best character. So it's unfortunate. Um,
Well, it's
it's
one
a
of those
wait and see
things.
with Dalvin Cook.
It's one of those things with Dalvin, man. You never know what's going on behind the scenes or what actually happened. There's been kind of some sketch details about it. We don't really have all the info. Obviously, there's people who are saying that his house got broken into, and we saw pictures of his. They're floating around on Twitter right now. If you haven't seen anything on any of the news, it's on Twitter right now. Dalvin Cook, obviously, there's something that went on. He admitted to hitting, beating, whatever you want to call it, on his girlfriend at the time. So we don't know all the details. She's coming and hitting with accusations and everything. So we are not going to assume fault one way or another. That's not our job. That's called due process and making sure everything happens. But for fantasy purposes, man, this obviously creates a dilemma for Dalvin Cook owners, for people who are looking at waivers tomorrow. Alexander Madison's out there on some waiver wires. Like, you think it's a smart pickup right now just to kind of be ahead of the curve? What are your thoughts, man? Because we've seen this happen before with a lot of impact. And if you're on TikTok right now, man, head over. We got the full combo on Twitch, on YouTube. Appreciate you guys tuning in, and we'll answer any questions you guys have, Dalvin Cook or Week 10 related. We'll answer them. But just getting to the immediate news right now, obviously, and that's Dalvin Cook being out right now. So. What are your immediate thoughts? Alexander Madison obviously is looking like a must pick up just in case some things go down, right, Dan?
Yeah, I think absolutely. I think he vaults into that kind of Darrell Henderson range of outcomes as far as fantasy production. When Cam Akers went down, I think it's kind of a similar situation. They're both on above average offenses, and you want running
Right.
backs on above average offenses. And so, yeah, if he is available, because Alexander Madison was one of those guys preseason that to me was kind of a premier backup. He was in that
Right.
Kareem Hunt, Darrell Henderson, Tony Pollard, like guys that, I know we don't wish injuries upon people, but if you were to capture an injury on the starter, that secondary back was going to give you that high-end RB2, possible
Right.
RB1 numbers. So he's probably not available in the most leagues, but if he's out there right now, I think you definitely need to snipe him and take him right now.
Yeah, got to go grab Madison if he's there, just in case. We're seeing some comments on TikTok saying Dalvin was the victim. He'll be fine. And yeah, we obviously he got pepper sprayed in his own house by an intruder. So the full details will come out. We've seen and we never want to assume one way or the other because this is a he said, she said type thing right now. So if you're looking and we can't assume one thing based on a police report, based on the facts that are coming out now. We are not in court. That's not our job. Our job is to give fantasy advice. So if you have Dalvin Cook right now, obviously you better do whatever you can to get Alexander Madison. And if Alexander Madison's out there, just maybe put him on your bench just until this stuff clears up, because I don't think it's going away anytime soon, and it'll affect fantasy teams. So We got a couple questions real quick before we get into anything else. One of them is from Emmanuel. He says, should I trade away Davonte Adams? Obviously, the Aaron Rodgers news was kind of shocking last week. That was another thing that really caught fantasy managers off guard. Aaron Rodgers with the whole COVID vaccination, I'm immunized thing. Who the hell knows what's going on with that? And obviously, he has his own agenda with it, which is fine. But are you looking to trade Davonte Adams? Jordan Love didn't look that good to me.
Yeah. No, I'm not looking to trade Davonte Adams. I think that Aaron Rodgers. Look. The NFL fined the Packers and Aaron Rodgers for misconduct with the COVID policy.
That was a heavy fine too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And at the end of the day, whether or not you're vaccinated or immunized, you have to follow the policy of the NFL. The NFL allows you to play a kids game for millions of dollars. So Aaron knows better. He's got to do what he needs to do, regardless of whether or not he wants to get vaccinated or not. He's got to follow the policy and protocol. So if he's not vaccinated, that means he's tested, he's masked up, he's separated. He's got to do that, and he understands that. There was rumors that he wasn't even going to play this year. So he understands that this could be his last year with the Packers. So, and Davonte Adams is a really good person, and he's a good player. And you got to show up for your boy, and that's his boy. You got to show up for him. He can't be doing that 100%. Stupid stuff. So, but I don't think you trade Davonte Adams. I think honestly, Aaron Rodgers will get activated Saturday, and he'll be able to play on Sunday.
Yeah, we're looking at hopefully seeing Aaron Rodgers out. We got a few rapid fire questions that I'm going to try to answer right now on TikTok. The best way to get your question answered is to come onto YouTube and Twitch, but I'm going to go through rapid fire on some of these questions. Dan made some really good recommendations. You're not trading away Davonte Adams. He's one of the top receivers for a reason, and Aaron Rodgers hopefully is back this Sunday. So I'm going to go rapid fire into some of the questions. Trade away Aaron Jones for Cordero Patterson and Melvin Gordon. I don't do that deal. I keep Aaron Jones for the long haul. I think that it's good to get a little bit of depth, but I think we'll see a Javonte Williams takeover, and Cordero Patterson has good value, but I like Aaron Jones' upside a little bit more. Should I trade Stephon Diggs? No, you're not trading Stephon Diggs. Don't panic on him unless you're getting an elite receiver back. He's not a player to panic on. Just maybe temper your expectations instead of him being the top 3 wide receiver you drafted him, maybe top 5 to 7. I think it should be good, though. Start James Conner this week over Swift. What do you think, Dan? Conner or Swift this week? Who you got at the flex?
Very tough. I'm going to continue to go with Swift. I think he's a superstar talent, the running back position. But James Conner, I mean, if Kyler Murray is back, hey, he's going to be good for 60 yards and probably a touchdown. That is what he has been doing all year. He's been a pain in our side. We hyped Chase Edmonds. Chase Edmonds is super productive for the touches that he's gotten, but he doesn't get goal lines. And so he's been Lindell Whited. And, look, at the end of the day, Connor's going to get his. So
Connor's going to get his.
Either way, you're going to have a good play. So start them both.
Love it. Love it. Yeah, if you can start them both, absolutely do so. Connor is the play right now. Swift is going to have a good target share as well. So a lot of people are asking Dalvin Cook questions right now. Well, let's get to this Rashad Bateman. We're going to come back to these Dalvin questions in just a second here on TikTok. On YouTube, Zobman asked, would you guys start Rashad Bateman this week? And I'm all for that. Just real quick, I'm all for that, man. I think he's a good start. He looks great.
Yeah, he's getting better every week that he plays. And, like I said, preseason, I had him right by Chase as the number one receiver. Possibly could take over number one receiver. Obviously, Chase has proven that he is the alpha in that class. But Bateman is right there for the taking. There is no other receiver that really can match him. Maybe a Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, but Bateman's right there.
Yes, sir. And then before we get back to TikTok, we got a lot of questions on TikTok. Before we get back there, let's answer one more from Twitch. Who should I put my money on the waivers this week? Obviously, waivers from TikTok. There's a lot of waiver questions too. So it's who are the big waiver pickups this week? Obviously, Alexander Madison. You're gonna shoot him up to the top of that list. Ernest Johnson is going to be another name you're going to shoot up to the top of your list, with Nick Chubb and Felton going on the COVID list, potentially being affected for this week. We're not 100% sure yet. Quarterback wise, if you're desperate in a super flex league, Sam Darnold's going to be out for a while. PJ Walker is a super dart throw you can throw out there. But when it comes to these guys right here, you're asking waivers for receivers. Deontay Harris, not Davonte Harris, Deontay Harris, Cortland Sutton, Patterson, and Melvin Gordon are your current receivers, it looks like. So you're looking at different receiving options. Dan, is there anybody that you like maybe real quick before we get into it? We got a lot of questions coming in right now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you would think that a lot of these players, all the good players, are really should be rostered at this point. I mean, there's not going to be a lot of waiver players that you're going to be picking up.
Right.
I've actually seen a lot of Tennessee Titans defense on waivers. So, if you are struggling in that defensive range, I know we don't talk about defense as much, but go out and get the Titans. They seem to be dominating right now. Even without Derrick Henry to manage the clock. But yeah, I mean, obviously the Alexander Madisons, PJ Walker, who knows, man? But I mean, look, at the end of the day, all these good players are taken. So if you're looking for waivers, man, it's just it's tough, man.
It's tough right now. Yes, depends on how deep your league is. If it's 12 team, if you guys start 3 receivers, it really just depends on your league. But be active this week. It's a good week to be active. Question coming in from YouTube: do I trade James Robinson and Brandon Ayuk for Zeke and Bateman? I think that's a yes. I think you go get Zeke and Bateman real quick. Dan, what do you think on that? We got a lot coming in.
Yeah, I think that's a phenomenal trade. Go with Zeke.
For sure. The Zeke side wins. Do we drop J.D. McKissick for Alexander Madison? I think you almost have to right now because McKissick to me isn't really PPR. He doesn't have super high super high ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough. There's someone else that you could drop. I mean, I'm sure that there's probably someone else. But
I'm not sure we need to panic yet on Dalvin Cook. Like it's not panic season. It's almost like just getting prepared. Like you don't want to panic and be like, oh, I can't go get Dalvin Cook now, or we don't have all the news yet. And I wouldn't if you have a really good trade for Dalvin, maybe you just hold off right now until you get a little bit more news. I'm not actively pursuing him, but I'm not panic dropping him or going out of my way to put a crazy FAAB on, Fab Dollar on Madison or using my number one waiver priority for Madison. This is more of a preparation type thing. Just be prepared in case something happens, because if you go all out and you're like, Dalvin's gone, you're going to ruin your team. We're not trying to do that. Right. That's not the goal. The goal is to just be prepared, because this news has obviously caught us all off guard. Nobody has the right amount of information to tell you, yes, you got to worry about Dalvin Cook, or no, don't worry about him. So don't panic on Cook. Just be prepared in case you have him. They're in order: Allen, Godwin, and Brown. Yes, I have them in order. Do you think that's the same order from YouTube? Yeah. It's Keenan Allen, Chris Godwin, Marquise Brown.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Footage has just been released of Cook's girlfriend going to pull a gun on him. So yeah, this is much more convoluted than just Dan and I can give you answers to right now, especially with the waiver wires. Don't do anything crazy as far as Dalvin Cook. Don't go crazy and drop him or do anything like that. Just be prepared. Keep your eyes alert from the news. How do you guys feel about the situation of Cook? Should I try to send trades now? It could be a buy low time. Maybe you go talk to some of your other guys in your league who are panicking, and don't send out your best players. Send some players you've been trying to get rid of. Maybe they'll throw them your way, but I wouldn't invest anything too heavy in Dalvin Cook. This isn't an ultimate buy low time for me. Drop J.D. McKissick and Van Jefferson from BD on YouTube. Drop J.D. McKissick and Van Jefferson for Wilson Jr. and Madison.
I don't like that. I wouldn't do that. Maybe I could see Van Jefferson being dropped for Madison only. But no, I'm not doing that. No.
Yeah, me either. I think that's a good call. Some people are asking what's happening to Cook. Just to recap real quick for everybody, Dalvin Cook obviously was involved in some kind of domestic dispute. Police were involved. Police report was involved. This was in 2020. So we're trying to get all the details the same way you are. There's some pictures out there. I'm sure if you search on Twitter, you can find pictures. We are not panicking yet on Dalvin Cook, but we are being active. If you have a dead roster spot or somebody you can just cut that's been super underperforming, or maybe somebody you just picked off waivers last week, somebody that got injured, go ahead and get Alexander Madison if he's available. But we're not panicking and saying, hey, we got to go get him right this second. So that's what happened with Cook. Obviously, he's got his whole situation. And if you're on TikTok, we're trying to host a thing on. We're going to answer some questions on TikTok too. I see you guys are in the comments. We'll get to a bunch of these right now. We get to the YouTube and Twitch stuff first, so because it's right on our screen. but we'll get to your guys' questions too. The best way to get your question answered is to come on to YouTube and Twitch, follow, subscribe, whatever the thing is, and we'll get right to it. So we got about 5 more questions on YouTube and Twitch. I'm coming right back to answer these because you guys have some good questions in here. Dan, what you think, man? Which receiver has the most potential for the year? This is from YouTube, from Mitch on YouTube. Which receiver has the most potential for the rest of the year? DK, Debo, or Diggs?
Well, most potential has got to be Diggs for me. I just think that Josh Allen, he played a horrible game last week with the Jags, 6-9. I mean, it is just unbelievable. He played like shit. He said that he played like shit. And that it's on him. But that is a true leader when it comes to the quarterback position. He's self-accountable. I expect a bounce back against the Jets. And moving forward along the way, he actually has a really good playoff matchup too. So if you have an opportunity to buy Josh Allen before the trade deadline, I would do it. His playoff schedule, and he's going to have to win. That's the thing about the Bills losing, is that he's going to have to win to get into better seeds. So you like that in a quarterback. You don't want to take those Tom Brady's in a sense, because eventually those guys are going to be benched. They'll be saved. Playoffs are coming. We have another game longer, so injuries play a factor. So I think Josh Allen is a perfect buy low candidate, and I think Diggs has that potential.
There you go. Diggs, man. Diggs is the answer. I think he has the most potential. I really like DK as well, coming back. Russell Wilson coming back strong from his injury, especially it seems like they're out of the Odell Beckham sweepstakes. So I really like DK to finish the year strong as well. Debo's probably the one who has upside, but I don't think his potential there unless Trey Lance just comes in and unlocks. I think you're going to want to go with Diggs or DK. I put in my number 1 waiver for Madison. This is from YouTube, Ray Gamer on YouTube. I put in my number 1 waiver for Madison, second for Freeman. Should I pick up Titans defense versus Saints, Ravens defense for the Dolphins, or just play the Colts defense versus the Jags? To answer the second part, I would just play the Colts defense versus the Jags. I think the Jags played out of their minds last week against the Bills. They're in for a letdown spot, in my opinion. And I think I don't necessarily think, unless you have Dalvin Cook, I am not wasting my number 1 waiver priority for Madison. What do you think, Dan? That's just my opinion on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think Madison's probably the hot pickup of the week. If you are going to waste it, I think Madison's a good trade candidate. I think you can get some value out of Madison, but I would probably play the Colts defense. I think Taylor runs over them again, and Taylor can keep the Colts defense fresh against the Jags. And obviously, Trevor Lawrence is coming off an ankle injury. We don't know if he's going to be there. I think he's probably going to go game time decision. But I like the opportunity to pick up the Titans just for the rest of the season. They're playing hot, and I like them as a defense just for fantasy.
Sounds good, my man. We got question mark from Kang. I did not see your question come in. If you are on TikTok, we will for sure get to your question in this segment within the next 45, 30 minutes, however long we're on this thing. We will for sure get to your question if you hop on YouTube and Twitch. I'm going to try to double back. These questions are coming in kind of hot, so we're going to go quick. Nick Chubb, we appreciate everybody who's tuning in on all formats, man. You guys are helping this thing grow a lot with us, man. Nick Chubb news, he is on the COVID list right now. He is vaccinated, so he doesn't have to go through the same protocols. You're not going to be caught off guard like with Aaron Rodgers. But we still don't know. If he comes back with positive, I think there's a chance that he can miss the game. The healthy running back right now is Ernest Johnson. So if you can get Ernest Johnson on waivers, it's one of those things. If Chubb plays, his value isn't as high. But you also don't want to miss out and have an RB1, potential RB2 sitting right there on your waiver wire without taking any action. So I would put maybe a half-hearted dollar amount on him and not waste a top three waiver priority on Ernest Johnson. You got anything else to add to that, Dan?
You just hope that Chubb can play. I mean, you like to see those superstars play. So
How you feel about this one? Fielding offers for Madison. We kind of covered this already. For those who are coming in asking about Dalvin, we are not panicking on Dalvin. We want to see the news that comes out. You keep Dalvin. If you can get Alexander Madison on waivers, we're not, unless you have Dalvin Cook, we're not saying go use your number 1 waiver priority or any crazy amount of FAAB dollars to go get him. But if you can get him for the low, go get him for the low. If you're looking for offers for Madison and you don't have Dalvin, I think that's the perfect time to sell. That's the perfect time to sell Alexander Madison right now, because now you can go target the Dalvin owner and say, hey, you need insurance? Give me RB2 value for Madison, and boom, now you have a new RB2 in there. So if you're the Dalvin owner, don't panic. If you're the Madison owner, sell to the panicking Dalvin owner. That's what we do as gods, right, Dan?
Love it. You have to. You have to take advantage of. I mean, again, treat these players like stocks. If you buy low, sell high. Madison's value is at the all-time high right now. People are scared. They're unknown. Twitter's going crazy. Go get your offers. See what happens.
Shout out LaFlame on TikTok saying what's up to us. What's good, my dude?
What's up?
Shout out to Jacob on YouTube, man. He's always tuning in with us as well. Easy Money Sniper says, should I trade Ridley? Nah, you're holding on to Ridley, man. Put him on your bench. What you think about this question, Dan? BD from YouTube says, Aaron Rodgers, a sit if Rodgers is not back. Aaron Jones is a sit if Rodgers is not back.
Yeah, no, never. I can't do it. At the end of the day, he's a top 6, top 7 back. He's going to get more work. He's going to get a lot of receiving targets. No, you don't sit this guy.
No, you're not sitting there. You're not sitting Aaron Jones in any format. I'd be aggressive and go get him, especially after a down week. Should I pick up Brandon Ayuk or Tony Pollard off waivers for my flex, or go with Judy, Sutton, Darrell Williams, Bateman, non-PPR? I'd be looking to get Ayuk instead of Darrell Williams in this case.
I actually like Judy. He shut out against I like Judy. He shut out against the Cowboys. I think he's starting to gain the confidence of health. Teddy's doing enough, and they're coming off a big win. So I like Judy.
Yes, sir. Judy. I like Judy as well, man. Going to Marcus Graves, game on 15. Shout out a friend of the family, friend of Emerge Sports Group, Marcus Graves on Stockton Kings, man. It'll be a good game to go to. Should I start Alexander Madison or Ernest Johnson? All depends on the news. So obviously with Dalvin Cook, none of us know the answer right now, the right answer to is he in trouble. We'll probably get a lot more on the update tomorrow. Adam Schefter just broke the news this evening. A lot of different variations of the story. We seem to think on our end, we seem to think he's going to be safe to play this weekend. Don't panic and sell him. Don't panic and spend any crazy FAAB dollars on Alexander Madison. Stay the course. And then with Ernest Johnson, be aggressive in going to get him, but know that Nick Chubb can come off the COVID list because he's vaccinated. So different situation than with Aaron Rodgers where it kind of caught you off guard. This one, you should be prepared, good to go. Question from Sammy on YouTube asks, what player, and if you're on TikTok, just for another go around, if you're on TikTok still listening, we're answering questions on YouTube and Twitch before we are going to TikTok. We'll do a TikTok session later this week. What players is Cordero valued with evenly? Is he valued as a top 10 running back in PPR? Yeah, I think you got to put him as a top 10 to 12 running back right now. He's proven it. Stayed the course throughout the whole season, and Mike Davis is not a threat. We talked about that. We called the Mike Davis not being a threat way back in the offseason, man. And he's going to, with Calvin Ridley out, he's obviously going to be part of the receiving game.
Yeah, I agree. I think he's in the top 10 for sure. He reminds me of kind of like a Danny Woodhead type where it's just, he's just going to get your receiving yards. He's going to get a lot of targets every game. He's still explosive. He's always been explosive coming out of, I think it was Tennessee when he come out. I think you have to value him top 10.
Yes, sir. Andrew from YouTube asked, should I trade Saquon, Fournette, Gesicki, and Bateman for Kelsey and DK? So this seems like a consolidation deal. Like you might be one of the top teams in the league. Consolidation deal. Saquon, Fournette, Gesicki, and Bateman for Kelsey and DK. And to me, this is a no.
Yeah, hell no. I'm not doing this deal. I think Gesicki, you're getting everything you want out of Gesicki as far as tight end. He was the tight end sleeper. I think he's the tight end sleeper of the year, in my opinion. So you're kind of getting similar. I'm not saying he's going to be Kelsey value, but he's up there. He's kind of he's kind of Hawkinson value.
Yes.
Where Hawkinson was getting drafted many rounds later, you're getting Gesicki, and now you're getting kind of Hawkinson value. Fournette is still doing his thing, and obviously Saquon is just another worldly athlete. You don't trade that dude. So,
Saquon, the Lord. Hey, coming back strong,
he's coming
man.
back. He'll be fine.
That's a locked in top 5 running back when he plays, man. They say they saying free Dalvin already. Free Dalvin on TikTok. Free Dalvin, man. Do I drop Kadarius Toney? Just depends on your bench and the depth of your league. I think in 8-team, maybe some 10-team leagues, I would drop him in 8-team leagues. in 10-team leagues, I'd hold him on the bench. 12-team leagues, I think for sure you're not dropping him. So it just depends on the size of your league. He's electric, man. Don't just get rid of Tony. Fish him out to some owners or keep him on your bench if possible. 8-team, really condensed league, feel free. What do you think about this one, Dan? A CMC owner, do I need to get Chuba on my roster for insurance for the rest of the season? Are you going and actively getting them right now? Oh, you guys are coming in with the questions.
I've never been a proponent of getting handcuffs. It's just a wasted roster spot for me. I don't do it. It's never. The only time I get handcuffs is in dynasty league. So if you have a dynasty league, if you guys are in dynasty, that is kind of when I get them, because a lot of times in dynasty it's harder to make these deals. It's harder to reset your teams because year after year you're redrafting, but not in dynasty. You kind of keep those players every year in, year out. You're invested in them.
Yep.
You kind of don't trade guys like CMC ever. And so in those leagues, I kind of make arrangements for handcuffs, but not in redraft. I'm not actively doing it.
Yep, I'm there with you. And you're not planning, you don't have to prep that hard for injury. So I'm good with that answer, man. If you can get them for the low, for free off of waivers, off of free agents, go ahead. But I'm not actively pursuing it. Shout out to everybody who's joined us from TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, man. Subscribe while you're here. If you guys are on TikTok, if you're on TikTok, come get your question answered on YouTube and Twitch. Subscribe to the channels, man. We're trying to grow this thing. So we're going to rapid fire through some of these. Dan, we'll just go back and forth on the questions. This one, should I start JJ or Keenan Allen next week? I think that's up to you. It just depends on the matchup. I go Keenan Allen over Jefferson.
I'm going to go Justin Jefferson. Yeah, I'm going to go Justin Jefferson on that one just because maybe Dalvin Cook doesn't play and he'll get more targets.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. Stafford top 3 QB for the rest of the year. I actually have my doubts about this, but I've been doubting Stafford all year. He looks great. He's played well so far. But I think we might see some bad Stafford come in. Who knows? It could just be me hating though.
I think Stafford is a at least top 5 quarterback the rest of the year.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he got what he got. I think the Titans are, again, super underrated. So I think it was just kind of a horrible spot for him. I think he's having a phenomenal year. Him and McVay, perfect tandem.
Love it. Love it. Jan Luca. Hopefully I said that right. Jan Luca was good from YouTube. Asked Gallup, Beasley, or Claypool at the flex. I think if you're going to go safe, I would go Cole Beasley. Who you got, Dan?
Yeah, it's got to be Beasley. He's having a great year right now for what he is. And, Claypool is super inconsistent. And Gallup, we don't know if he's coming back yet. So
yes, sir. Is Claypool droppable at this point? He doesn't excite me. I'm not dropping him. I'm trying to trade him, pair him up with somebody else, get some value out of it if you can.
Yeah, he was a freak last year. I think that he's just I think he's a victim of Ben Roethlisberger, and I don't really like Ben Roethlisberger at all. I think Najee Harris is the only guy to own with Deontay Johnson.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Do I put a number 1 waiver on Ernest Johnson or Freeman? By the way, I have Chubb. I think you got to go with Ernest Johnson in this one, especially if you have Chubb, because you can rock with Chubb if he ends up playing. But if he doesn't, I think Ernest Johnson has the upside you want. Go ahead and get Ernest Johnson. Obviously, if you have not heard the news on Dalvin Cook, we've been talking about it all night. We're not panicking on Dalvin Cook. Nick Chubb, we are not panicking on Nick Chubb either, but take the precautionary steps. Go get Alexander Madison. Go get Ernest Johnson for the low if you can off of waivers. Your question from Troy, should I trade Chase for Waddle and James Conner? You have more. Assuming that's Deontay Johnson, McLaurin, and Chase as wide receivers. What you think, Dan?
Yeah, absolutely not. I'm not doing that deal because I look at your wide receivers and I'm not impressed in that regard. I like Chase. I like Deontay Johnson, and then you can kind of play the matchups with McLaurin or DJ Moore. But no, I'm not actively trading Chase, even if it's for Waddle and Connor. I'm not doing it.
Sounds good. Pick one: Jordan Howard, Cortland Sutton, or Antonio Gibson. I'm going with Cortland Sutton on that one. Give me the upside. Gibson isn't a bad play either. Just depends on your league settings. Let's see. Just got here. Do you pick up Alexander Madison off waivers or what? Yes, you pick up Alexander Madison if you can. Don't invest too much in him. We've talked about it. Don't give up your number 1 waiver spot for him. But just in case, especially if you have Dalvin. If you don't have Dalvin, I wouldn't panic too much. But Dan and I covered this at length. You do not want to panic if you're a Dalvin Cook owner. You more so want to be prepared just in case. Go get Madison for the low or Ernest Johnson if you can for this week if Chubb is out. Aaron Jones hit me hard last week. Do I sit for Patterson if Rodgers is out again, which we already talked about this too, right? You said no sitting Aaron Jones, right, Dan?
Yeah, I can't do it. Again, Aaron Jones is just a superstar talent. I just can't do it. Patterson's having a great year, but I just can't. I can't sit Jones.
Yes, sir. I have the number one waiver pick. I have the choice. I'm assuming that says between Brandon Ayuk, Titans D, or Jordan Howard. Who are you picking? It's got to be Brandon Ayuk.
Yeah, for me, it's definitely Brandon Ayuk, Titans, and then Jordan Howard. Brandon is starting to roll, so go grab him. He was great as a rookie. Obviously, had some early season issues with the coach and all that. Go get him. He looks good.
Yes, sir. Do I trade from STW on Twitch? STWABDI. Do I trade Pitts, Gibson for Diggs, or Pitt, Melvin Gordon for Diggs? I have Knox and Higbee as tight ends. So basically, you're asking, giving up Pitts, trying to get Diggs, right? Go ahead and give up either one of those. If you can get Diggs, if you already got Knox and Higbee, I feel good about giving up Pitts and getting Diggs, man. Getting an elite wide receiver, I feel good. And that's PPR. He said it's PPR league. So I feel good about either one of those deals. Arrow Set said, should I put my waiver in on Ernest Johnson, Ayuk, Kenyon Drake, or Jeff Wilson? Depends on your need. I think if you need long term, you're going Ayuk. If you need this week, you're going Ernest Johnson. What you think, Dan?
Yeah, I'm with you there. Definitely long term, it's got to be Ayuk. But Dearness Johnson, yeah, has to be the priority if it's short term.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Cohen from your TikTok, straight to the YouTube, straight to the Twitch, just like it's supposed to be done. Sub to the gods. We're here to give you the info, man. What you think about this deal, Dan? Fournette and Ertz for DK. Who you got?
Wow. I think it's an absolute, you have to do it. DK has the opportunity to just go hammer the rest of the way. Brady every once in a while does pass stuff and his run stuff. So it's kind of, Fournette can be an up and down player. But DK is a superstar, and I think that you can shore up your wide receivers with DK. Go do that deal.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm going to ask, let's see. We got a ton of questions here on TikTok too, man. But I want to keep answering. If you're on TikTok, hop over to Twitch and YouTube. Join us in there. We're about 5 minutes behind on comments. Should I trade Kelsey and Javonte Williams for Andrews and Monty? What you think about that deal? I think
no,
you do not trade that. Yeah,
I'm not
doing
that deal. No, I'm
don't
not
trade
doing that
Kelsey.
deal. I think Javonte had a phenomenal game against the Cowboys. I mean, it's only a matter of time. So not doing that deal.
Not doing that deal either. Omar from YouTube asks, Godwin has better potential than M. Brown, but do I start him even though he shares receptions with Evans? Yes, you're starting Chris Godwin. No question about it.
Yeah. Brady's on another level. Go start Godwin.
Especially with Gronk and AB out. Trent Ferris from YouTube asks, do I drop Tyler Boyd? Yes. For Alexander Madison? Yes. Also, what even happened to Dalvin Cook? They're trying to get all the details worked out. Trent, obviously, he was involved in some kind of domestic dispute. But yes, you can safely drop Tyler Boyd to go get Alexander Madison. With the top 3 waiver, Miko, I can't see your other question. Miko, ask it again. I traded Aaron Jones for Debo and Justin Jefferson. Is that a win? If you needed receivers, I think it is a win.
Yeah, I think you locked in 2 really good receivers for Aaron Jones, who's, kind of a lower end RB1. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. BD asks, is Beckham worth the stash? Absolutely. If he goes to Green Bay, you got yourself a wide receiver 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Go get him.
What you think about this one? Dan Arrowset asks, should I shop DJ Moore? You think he'll improve?
I would wait a week with PJ Walker just to see if there's any change. Obviously Sam Darnold had a shoulder injury that may have played a factor he probably broke that or had a fracture weeks ago because he was looking really good in the early season and then kind of tailed off. So he probably had that injury, which is, affecting his long ball to DJ. So, yeah, I'd wait a week.
Yes, sir. From TikTok real quick, Jay Johnson asked, Ernest Johnson or Josh Jacobs in week 10? All depends on if Nick Chubb plays. Ernest Johnson obviously is a good play. If Nick Chubb is out, he's the better play. But until he's out officially, I think you got to go with Josh Jacobs. Last one from TikTok says, should I trade Debo if I need a running back and I have Ayuk? Yeah, if you can get, depends on the quality of running back that you get. You got to get an RB2, high-end RB2-ish, I think, to move Debo right now or better.
Yeah. I'd even say RB1.
RB1, you think for Debo?
I think a low-end RB1 is what you need for Debo. And Debo's having a phenomenal year. I wouldn't lose value.
Yes, sir. So Dylan asked from YouTube, he asked, should I trade Amari Cooper for James Conner? His other receivers are Adams, Allen, and running backs are Jones and Chubb.
No, I'm not doing that deal. Keep Amari Cooper.
Yeah, keep Amari Cooper. I think James Conner is going to get you a few good weeks here in the midterm while Chase Evans is out. But you keep the talent, keep Amari Cooper. What do I do with Mike Williams and DJ Moore as my wide receiver 1 and wide receiver 2? To me, this is a tough question. Slushy from Twitch. This is a tough question because they both have pretty low floors right now. Obviously, with Sam Darnold being out, I don't know if that hurts or helps. DJ Moore right now, but Mike Williams, you got to take the floor with the ceiling with him. I think you can pair them together and get a stronger player. Go get Tyreek Hill, go get Stephon Diggs, go get Davonte Adams. I don't even mind doing that, and then getting somebody else, whoever your wide receiver 3 is, in there. What you think about this one, Dan? Oh, this rate my team. So we rating this out of 10? Let's see.
All right, out of 10.
Yep, Dak, Kamara, Cook, Debo, Justin Jefferson, Diggs, Keenan Allen, Schultz, Cowboys D, Matt Gay, the kicker.
Well, I think that it all depends on Cook. If you don't have Cook and you have a lot of Cowboys and Vikings rolled up in there, I think it's a great team on paper. If I didn't take anything with Cook's legal stuff, I think it's a pretty good team. I would probably look to maybe move Kamara and Dalton Schultz and possibly maybe upgrade your tight end. But I think I'd give it a solid, 8.5.
8.5. I like it, man. Yeah, the Cook news is catching everybody off guard. It's not something where you need to trade him. Not something where you want to panic just yet. Saw the question come in there. You don't want to panic on Dalvin Cook. Just get prepared. Have another option just in case. Try to get Madison for the low. We're not panicking getting anything major. It's time to trade Aaron Jones. We talked about this. No, you're keeping Aaron Jones. Don't panic on Aaron Jones. Our guy Mark said he came in from TikTok. Gang, what's good? If you came in from TikTok, you get extra love today, man. Let us know you came from TikTok, and we will put you first ahead of the line. If you say, hey, I came from TikTok, I'll answer your question first, man. We'll put it up. His question is CMC or Najee rest of the season?
Oh, man, it's CMC at the end of the day. Look, Najee was great last night against the Bears. Had a great touchdown run, looked powerful, explosive, but it's McCaffrey for me. I don't care if Sam Darnold is playing. It doesn't matter who the quarterback is. He's matchup proven. He's a superstar. Go get McCaffrey.
Yes, sir. I'll answer this one. Trent asks, is Chris Carson worth getting off of the waiver wire? And yes, he absolutely wants to practice right now. It's just a matter of if he's healthy. So if he's on the waiver wire and he plays, it's instantly in RB2. You don't have to worry about him too much. So go ahead and get him off the waiver wire if you can. Just saw the news of Dalvin Cook. I have the 1 pick and intended to get Brandon Ayuk, but should I go for Alexander Madison instead? The player who is no one in my league has Dalvin Cook. I personally would still stick with Ayuk. I don't think it's time to panic. I would use that spot on Ayuk instead of Alexander Madison. What you thinking, Dan?
Yeah, I think it just depends. If you're loaded at wide receiver, then I think that it kind of benefits yourself to go Madison. But yeah, I mean, Brandon Ayuk is the better pickup if he is available. But I think it just depends on your team.
Yeah, it does depend on your team a lot because if you need a back, that might change things. But never go with the panic pick. Always go with the better player. One question was asked. I have Dalvin Cook in 4 and 5. This is actually a really good question. Should I trade him away? And so you have to kind of think about your record too. Somebody who's a higher seed, maybe trying to pick him off of your team right now while you're panicking. So Dalvin Cook, and this may affect him short-term, long-term, we don't know. So if you're feeling uncomfortable about your playoff spot, I ain't necessarily mad if you go and move him. Just don't sell him for the low.
Yeah, same thing. Don't sell him for the low. Definitely look at who you're selling it to. Are you selling it to another mid-tier team? Or are you selling it to kind of the 1 seed, 2 seed? Be very careful.
Yes, sir. Kittle or Waller? Oh my gosh, I almost said Killer or Waddle. But is it Kittle or Waller this week? Who you like?
Oh man, they're both good. It doesn't matter who you play; they're both going to produce. I think Kittle is probably the play. Seems to be healthy. Was excited coming back. Dominant in his first game returning. Go Kittle.
Yes, sir. And same from BD, man. He said, thank you guys for being so active and answering so many questions. TikTok fans subbed on YouTube. Grow, grow, grow. We're here to get you all
Hey,
the
go hit us
answers,
on
man.
Twitch. Go hit us on Twitch too. Give
Yeah.
me the three. Give me the three.
The three: Twitch, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok. All love, man. Appreciate you guys. Carson said, just sub to you guys on YouTube and TikTok. You guys are awesome. Hell yeah, man. We're going to answer as many questions as you can. We're here every Tuesday night. So we're going to do Tuesday nights and then Sunday mornings too, right before the game time. We're trying to get you guys right before waiver wires. Carson also asked, who should I try to get for Dalton Schultz? I have Logan Thomas as my bench. If that changes anything, right? So for him, I'm looking at Logan Thomas is looking at coming back this week. It's this week or next week. So I think if you can get Dalton Schultz for the low, somebody off your bench, go do it. But Logan Thomas should be helping you here in the next couple weeks. Man, a lot of love coming in from you guys. Hey, appreciate the love. They said, thanks for answering questions and jumping on the breaking news. Keep up the grind. That's what we're trying to do, man. Appreciate the love, man. We are going to get you the answers. So obviously, if you guys are coming in to find out more about Dalvin Cook news, Jeet's asking from YouTube, he's asking, should I pick up Madison? Yes, if you could pick him up, but don't do anything crazy. Don't spend too much of your FAAB on him. We don't know what's going to happen, and I don't think this is a situation where they're going to be benching or suspending Dalvin Cook immediately. I think this is going to take some time. It may even progress to the offseason. So don't do anything too crazy. Don't panic on Dalvin. Don't be over aggressive with Madison. If you can get him for a reasonable price, go get him, but don't do anything crazy. Thoughts on Tennessee backfield? Mark Petrie from YouTube asked that. Dan, what are you thinking right now with McNichols? We saw McNichols out there. We saw Adrian Peterson out there. What are your thoughts right now on this backfield? I think we even saw a little Deontay Foreman, whoever that was out there. I can't remember. But what are you thinking about the backfield right now?
Yeah, I think it kind of played out how we kind of thought it would play out. Again, Peterson is just basically there to get a touchdown. You're hoping that he gets a touchdown. He's basically just an RB2 touchdown dependent type of guy. He is the actual touchdown dependent fantasy player in the league right now. I think McNichols handled, majority of the receiving work. He had a few carries here and there. He looked good. But Peterson, he's running like his life depends on it, because it does. He's an old guy, but he's still explosive, still can run faster than many of us young guys, and even though we're old. But at the end of the day, I think it's playing out as we thought it would. So, for me, I think McNichols is kind of your safe PPR, gonna probably get you 10 points, and then your Adrian Peterson's probably your guaranteed around 5 to 6 points, but then you're hoping for a touchdown for the 10. So It really just what do you value? Do you value the PPR points, or do you value, if you're in non-PPR, then it's definitely Peterson. If you're in PPR, then it's McNichols.
Good points, my man. That's strong points. AP for standard, McNichols for PPR, and don't expect much from either of them. The Real Fake Beans asked, Logan Thomas, Dan Arnold, or Higbee, or Cole Kmet the rest of the season. Personally, I think you're rocking with either Dan Arnold or Logan Thomas on this one, and I probably would go with Logan Thomas just for the upside.
Yeah, Logan Thomas's upside. I mean, go there. Hopefully he comes back next week.
Yes, sir. We have a few more minutes on here. We're gonna get off here, guys, in about 5-10 minutes. We want to answer the rest of your questions. We got one last question from YouTube right now, and then the rest I'm gonna go to TikTok. So if you're on TikTok right now and you got questions, we're good to go. The YouTube questions have kind of died down. So if you got questions on TikTok, fire away right now. We're going to be covering anything Dalvin Cook related, anything Nick Chubb related, quarterbacks, whatever you guys want right now. I'll answer any questions you guys have. What you think about the Bears and their future, man? It's tough right now. Watching the Bears, Justin Fields looks really good. They got kind of bamboozled by the refs the other day, but bright future. I think tough rest of the season, but they're going to struggle for the rest of the season. They got a bright future though.
Yeah. The Bears. I mean, I saw that ref play with it was just horrible.
Yeah.
I hope the NFL does something about that. That's not something that we want to see in a game.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, Fields is starting to get that confidence. He's starting to see, okay, like maybe the game is slowing down for him. Their rookie jitters. But they got a bright future.
Yes, sir. Jay Will from TikTok asked, should I trade Darrell Williams to CEH owner for Chase Edmonds? And I think that's a good move if you're one of the top seeds. If you're one of the top seeds and you can go get Chase Edmonds right now for a 3 or 4 week timeline, go do it. Darrell Williams really doesn't have much value once CEH comes back, so I ain't mad at that move. People are asking about starting. Jeet's asking, should I start Rashad Bateman at the flex? And that actually was one of the same questions that came in from Yun on TikTok. Yeah, and Dan and I both like Rashad Bateman here, so we're gonna go strong with that move. If you got Bateman, start him. All right, questions are coming in hot. We're gonna rapid fire. DK or JJ rest of the season? Who you got?
I still got JJ. I like Justin
JJ,
Jefferson. And again, if Dalvin Cook does not play or suspended or cut, he's going to get massive target share. Go JJ.
Dan says JJ. I say DK. I like DK's rest of the season schedule with Russ coming back. Real quick, should I trade Melvin Gordon and Renfro for Michael Carter and Marvin Jones? I kind of like the Renfro side better.
I think you do. I think you do if you need a running back. I think it just depends because I think Melvin eventually can. We keep saying it every week, but Melvin is a good back. He's probably not going to go away. But if he does go away, then you have a Michael Carter, someone that's kind of taking over the Jets' backfield.
Yes, sir. Carson said, being a Bears fan is rough, man. Yeah, it's tough, but Justin Fields looks good. I wouldn't be too worried about him. Wouldn't be too worried about him. Connor versus J-Rob, who you got? I think Connor short-term, J-Rob full season.
Yeah, same thing.
Same thing from Dan. All right, what you think about this one? Trade Sutton, Eckler, and Mike Williams for Swift, Deontay Johnson. Give me the Eckler side.
I'm gonna go ahead and say it's gonna be Swift and Deontay Johnson. I like Eckler is great. I think Swift kind of gives you similar production. And Deontay Johnson, to me, is kind of an upgrade on both Mike Williams and Sutton. I think both Mike Williams and Sutton are kind of those guys that could give you duds week in, week out, whereas Deontay Johnson is never going to give you a dud, and he can pretty much, you can pretty much write him in for about 14 to 15 points, whereas those other guys could give you 8 or 7. So I'm going to go with the Swift side.
I would say the only reason for the Eckler or Mike Williams thing is to get rid of that Chargers connection too. So I like that. I actually like the other side better now that you mention it like that. Tennessee or Saints defense rest of the season? I'd have to look at the matchups. I don't have them here in front of me right now.
Yeah, I'm going to say Tennessee just based on what I saw against the Rams. They just look phenomenal on defense. Their defensive line is there, and they're ready to win. They have a shot at winning the Super Bowl.
My boy Irv, what's good, Irv? Always appreciate you tapping in with us, man. Should I trade Kamara for Taylor? I already know Dan's answer, so we're not going to go there. I would keep Kamara. Dan, go ahead, man. Take it away.
Come on, man. You know it's Taylor the rest of the Come on, man.
Take it away, Taylor.
Taylor, bro. Come on, man. He's, dominating as I know.
Taylor, man. He looks like he could be number one, like legit running back 1 or 2, bro. Like legit, and that's what even without even getting all the fucking the catches. Like, bro.
I mean, he's getting enough catches. That's all you really need. You need 3 to 4 catches a game, and that's basically half of what you're getting from Kamara, plus the rushing upside.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man.
Well, shit, if he gets 70-yard TD runs every week, goddamn. Jacob Jacob from TikTok said, Wentz or Carr for the rest of the season?
Oh, Wentz or Carr.
Yeah, I feel like they're similar to me.
I think that, they're very similar. I think you got to go with Wentz. Just personally, I think that just kind of the fact that you have a better running back, you have a better kind of offensive line, and you, in my opinion, kind of have a situation in which the Colts are always going to play from behind. I think more so than the Raiders. I think the Raiders kind of have a better opportunity to kind of seize the division, whereas the Colts are going to play catch up to the Titans all year. Yeah. And I like the Colts weapons and Pittman, and obviously in the other ones. Yep.
100% agree with you on that one. I think Wentz is the play there. He has the rushing floor that you want to. It's not as much as some of the other guys, but it's minimal. And Carr, if he has a bad game, he's down bad. So Carson asked, should I trade Cook and JJ for Eckler and Thielen? Actually, I don't mind that deal. It's you're heavy Vikings. The Vikings got a tough playoff schedule, man. For fantasy playoffs, 15, 16, 17. They got, I want to say like Baltimore. They got like some really tough defenses.
Yeah, I don't hate that deal. Also, I think you lock in the guarantee with Eckler, and Eckler is someone that can produce similar numbers to Dalvin without any of the risks. The only risk
Yeah.
that Eckler has is kind of an injury risk where he's a little
Right.
bit smaller, undersized. But, he's a good guy, good character guy. There's no risk there. And then you kind of take away the variant of two Vikings and no Vikings.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. And then AP or Jerry Jeudy for this one from T.O. on YouTube.
I'm still going Jerry Jeudy. I think Jeudy is the play there.
Jeudy? Yeah, I think Jerry Jeudy as well. AP has if you just need a running back, you need somebody sticking to get you maybe, like a 8 to 10 point kind of cushion. I ain't mad at AP, but I like Jerry Jeudy as the talent. I traded Jefferson, James Robinson, and A.J. Brown for Aaron Jones, CeeDee Lamb, Stephon Diggs. Jefferson, Robinson, A.J. Brown for Aaron Jones, CeeDee Lamb, Stephon Diggs. I think that's a win.
Yeah, I think that's a win. Yeah.
Yep. Me and Dan both agree that's a win. And then last question from BD. We answered all the questions, y'all. If you guys are still here, please sub to us on YouTube, Twitch, man. We are here answering we literally answered every question on YouTube and Twitch that came in. Most of the questions that came in on TikTok, we got a little bit of a stretch where we couldn't. But, man, we answered all these damn questions. Y'all better show us some love, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in with us. We're here every Tuesday night and Sunday mornings, too. And if you haven't gotten the pool, I forgot to mention, y'all haven't gotten the pool yet. It's free. We're giving away money straight up, $100 at least. If we get enough people, we're going to give away $500 to the winner of the whole pool. The link is in the bio. Sign up for it. Man, it's going to be crazy. We're going to have everybody who wants to be in it can be in it. Share it with your friends. Share it with anybody. Make sure you guys sub to it's in the TikTok bio, straight up. It's in the TikTok bio, a free pool. We're giving away $100 at least, potentially up to $500 for the winner. Sign up. It's in the link in our bio. It's free. You can't miss it on there. BD says, looks like New England may make a move for Odell. Why, though? Everybody's going to want to get Odell for the low. Looks like the Packers are the play right now, though. Dexter says, thanks, y'all. Hell yeah. We're with you guys. T.O. says, gain a new sub. That's what we love to hear, man. You love to see it. You love to see it. And then Carson says, traded Davonte, Eli Mitchell for Kamara because I really needed running backs. What you guys think? It's not bad. I probably would have kept the Davonte and Eli Mitchell side.
Yeah, I think it just depends on, where you have your receivers. Kamara is a massive upgrade on Eli Mitchell, but Eli is kind of that RB2, can give you those RB1 weeks. So, and losing Davonte, you're just hoping that Rodgers doesn't play the rest of the year.
Yes, sir. All right, Zach, got you, my man. It says traded Dalvin Cook, Robert Woods, Chris Godwin for Zeke, Scary Terry, and Cooks. Cook, Woods, Godwin, Zeke, Scary Terry, Cooks. Give me the Zeke side.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm going to go the opposite way, and I'm not feeling that trade, man. Not feeling.
So you like Dalvin? You like the Dalvin Godwin side better?
I do.
Yes, sir. He said. Dan says it's a win. I say it's an L. Or no, I say it's a win. Dan says it's an L. We got 2 more trades. Zach, let's go. Hell yeah, got you. 2 more deals. Henderson, Tyreek, Hurts for Swift, Jefferson, Burrow, and Claypool. Henderson, Tyreek, Hurts, Swift, Jefferson, Burrow, Claypool. Which side you want?
Wow. God, that's a good one.
That's heavy, ain't it?
Yeah, it's heavy. I'm gonna say the Swift side. I think
Swift side.
Yeah, I think Swift. Yeah, I like that.
All right, I'm gonna go Oppo. I'm gonna go with the Hurts Tyreek side, man. I like the upside there. Only thing is the buys. The bye weeks. I think Tyreek and Jalen both have their buys still. And in the last trade we're getting to, Puna Ford asked Davonte Smith, Antonio Gibson for DK and Zeke. What? Hell yeah, you won that. That ain't even a question.
Slide
bro.
That. Why are we
How'd
out
you
here?
do it? All right, guys. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Last one, favorite sleeper in fantasy. We might have to answer that one another day, man, because there's a lot. Sleepers right now. It ain't sleeper season no more.
I guess you could say the best sleeper right now was Debo Samuel, and I think you called that Justin early on.
I might have said something about Debo Samuel. I might have. Appreciate you guys tuning along. Make sure you guys follow, subscribe, get into the pool too. We got the Run Your Pool. It's in the link in our bio. Free pool, win $100 playing pick 'em with us. Make sure y'all tap in for Sunday session. We'll help you guys out with the lineups. Tuesdays we're here for the waivers. Make sure y'all follow along for the funny. And if you guys have any questions, drop them in the comments. We'll try to get it to us. All in all, see y'all later, man. We had a good episode. Peace out.
Peace.